Isaiah chapters 5 and verse 20 says, Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Chakakodash, giving double honors to all the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Salutes to all the sincere elect out there. Keep fighting, keep pushing. We must side this bitch. Aria coming back at you with another lesson. And this place is becoming more and more demonic. And here are some of the reasons why. Lambacking off one of my videos I did a little while back. These people are becoming more and more demonic. So when they celebrate Halloween, we're going to look at the origin. The origin of Halloween says it is a true Halloween is a holiday celebrated each year on October 31st, 2025. Halloween falls on a Friday. The tradition originated with the ancient Celtic festival of Samhain, when people would light bonfires and wear costumes and ward off the ghosts, trick or treat, and you hear a lot about this trick or treat, and I think it's a dying breed because, from what I remember correctly, a lot of things used to happen. Look at some of that. A lot of things started to happen, and this place is becoming more and more demonic. And when you just go into a little bit of it, you're gonna just, check out some of it. We saw that this is the origins, and we know it's to do with what? Witchcraft worship, right? I just tap that in. Many rituals within Wicca are used when celebrating the Sabbaths, worshipping the deities, and working magic. Right, this is their Sabbath or their holidays as we know it, right? Because you've got left hand side unholy days, and then you've got the Sabbath, our holy days on the right hand side. But the wicked, they be having theirs, yeah. Often these take place on a full moon, or in some cases in a new moon, which is known as an ispat in typical rites. The coven or solidarity assembles inside a ritual cast and purified magic circles, right? I know you've heard about all these kind of different types of things that they be doing, getting around in circles, and you're growing up on your journey. You heard a lot of people going doing things in the schools, and he be doing a lot of, that's their god at the end of the day. Let me touch in something else because I'm just curious here, right? How many go missing? How many children go missing on Halloween? Right, Halloween is the deadliest day for children under the age of 18, according to data from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. Tea attacks just worry it, so things be happening. Right, we're going to speak a bit in code, but I'm just reading everything I'm going to be reading here. It's taken from Google, and we're going to funnel everything through the scriptures. What's happening here? Check out some more of these. Just asking questions to Google. Why is Halloween a Satan holiday? Just asking questions. Within the context of Christianity and biblical reference, Satan or Lucifer, which Lucifer just means light, there's left hand side, and then you got the right hand side. Satan, opposer, deceiver, and Lucifer just means light bearer. So the correct word would be Satan, right? Deceiver, yeah, that would be the correct term. Lucifer just means light or light bearer. Origin has little to do with Halloween, yet the relationship between the devil and Halloween exists. I could stop there. That's just the point I'm looking for. Yeah, there's a relationship. Well, once again, all of the things be happening this time of year. You can sense it out there, man. For the reason has developed over centuries because of the origin emphasis upon death and even more sinister elements. Right? Because the rabbit hole goes deep. Right? The rabbit hole goes deep. Do I need to say more? So let me read the precept. Right, once the point is made, Isaiah 5:20 says, "Woe unto them that call evil good, and good evil, and put darkness for light, and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet, and sweet for bitter." Woe, right? And they have a coming impending destruction for all people, right? You know, I know you've heard of this dude here, right? You've heard of Jay-Z, right? And he defended this woman here. So you describe the name. Her name is a tongue twister. Morena Abramovich. Right? She's known for, you can look her up yourself. She's known for something what they call spirit cooking. Right? And she's well known. And anyway, you want to do your research on her. And she had some things to say about Donald Trump. Hence, look at this here. Donald Trump's a good man. Donald Trump's the man. He's going to bring peace. Why? Because, he's known for his bringing confusion, right? Which is what you need, confusion, right, to bring a reaction. And she had some things to say about Donald Trump. Do your research on her, right? But she's a well-known witch, and obviously, she's gonna be. This is her high holy day. You get into her. You check her out. Just do research on her. She's all about that. She's all about Halloween and what it represents, casting spells. Enough said. So, when you just read a bit about how many children go missing, and what, read some of this here. Top 5 Halloween hazards and how to avoid. Some of the top 5 hazards? Tripping hazards. Trips and falls are the most common Halloween injuries. Cuts from pumpkin carving, right? Boy, people are under a certain spirit. That's why. Fire hazards, candy poisoning, traffic accidents. Enough said here. A lot of things take place around this time of the year, man. It's a spooky time, and there be scripture says not to be looking for omens. That's what the scripture said. Casting spells. As a matter of fact, let's bring out that. That's one of the oldest. Since I bring it out for a long time. Let's see if my memory serves me correct. It might be Deuteronomy. Let's see. Deuteronomy. Or it might be Exodus. Deuteronomy 10. 18 and 10. Yep. Deuteronomy 18 and 10 says, "There shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through the fire, or that causeth divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter, or a witch." Right? The scriptures tell us what should happen to witches, enchanters, those that look for omens, a charmer or a consulter with familiar spirits. In 11, reading 11 of Deuteronomy 18. A charmer or a consulter with familiar spirits, or wizard, or a nimhancer. Right, enough said. Right, and the scripture don't tell us in the laws what should happen to them. They should be stoned. So ultimately, these people are just waiting. They just missile food anyway, right? They just missile food, and all those that be defending them too. Jay-Z, right? He's a high priestess too, a gatekeeper, so to speak. That's what they call them. So there's a lot of things happen, man. Right? 7 most common crimes people are charged with on Halloween. Just to name a few. It says driving under the influence, right? Yeah, that's why the scripture don't tell us. Let me read it again. Woe unto them that call evil good. It's alright to drink and drive, yeah? Driving under the influence. Holidays come with an era of spooky cheer during Halloween pranks, right? These are the type of things that people could get deleted over, right? Because ultimately the spirit of the Lord, that's a spirit of creative vengeance is upon them, right? Because the scriptures say, woe unto them that take part and do evil and call it good. Vandalism, vandalizing property damage, disorderly conduct, public intoxication, trespassing, adults and Halloween brawls, underage drinking. What is the most common cause of getting deleted on Halloween? One of the biggest culprits may come as a surprise. It is pumpkin carving. Pumpkin, according to the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission, falls while tricks or treating and pedestrian accidents are also common, and children are more likely to be struck and deleted by a vehicle on Halloween than other days of the year. Enough said, man. Enough said. That's what the scriptures say. I mean, I brought out one scripture here, and it kind of sums it up. That's why it says, "Woe unto them that call evil good." Right? Call these witches. Oh, they because they're a good. There's such thing as good witches. Oh, the witches are harmless. Good witches. Hold on a minute. Witchcraft. What did I? Witchcraft. Let's ask the question here. Witchcraft worship.
According to Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia, many rituals within Wicca are used when celebrating the Sabbats, worshipping the deities, and working magic. Often these take place on a full moon, or in some cases a new moon, which is known as an esbat. In typical rites, the coven or solitary assembles inside a ritually cast and purified magic circle.
What is Wicca? Right, let me ask another question here. White witches.
According to Wikipedia, white magic has traditionally referred to the use of supernatural powers or magic for selfless purposes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's harmless. Because it's white people doing it. What does white witch believe? Because it's a white woman doing it, it's harmless. It's a good witch. White witches focus on benevolent, life-affirming practices. They work with light, right? What happened in the Wizard of Oz? You had the good witch and you had the bad witch, and the bad witch was the wicked witch of the West or whatever, right? But then you had the good witch, the wicked witch of the East, the wicked witch of the West, right? So the good witch was the one that gave Dorothy her shoes and put a blessing on her, a good spell. Anyway, they work with light, healing, and positive transformation. The magic is about helping, protecting, and uplifting. Black magic, on the other hand, right? Anything you put a black in front of, I remember one of the elders said that. Anything you put a black in front of, it makes it wicked. And anything you put white in front of, it makes it good. Right? Black magic, on the other hand, traditionally refers to magic used for selfish, harmful, or manipulative purposes. So, because it's white, it's a good witch, right? But that's just a figure of speech, and we know it's just how the wicked be getting down. So let me read it again one more time. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light, the water, and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Because it's put white in front of it, it's good. So woe unto them, right? Because there's no such thing as good witches. We know that. All of them are going to get stoned. According to the scriptures, they're going to get burned up, burned with fire, right? No matter how you talk about good witches and all of that, white witches and all of that. What does the white witch represent? Oh, one more. Many people know that. Narnia, bloody rubbish here. A fool's God who is not as powerful, whatever. Enough said, man. So I read the precept. Scripture says, woe unto them that put dark for light. Let me read 21. Unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight. Right? Enough said, man. So all heap of deaths take place. That's the point there. All heap of deaths take place. All heap of accidents take place. Halloween is the deadliest day. Right? Is the deadliest day for children and under the age of 18, according to the data from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. T attacks just throughout in Michigan. It's more wicked. It's more worse than T attacks. It overrides T attacks, right? So enough said. The reason it has developed over centuries because of the origin's emphasis upon death and even more sinister elements, aka casting spells. Right, so enough said. Enough said. Witchcraft people them. I go burn up in a fire. I go burn up in a fire. Let me ask one more thing. Wicca. I go burn up in a fire. I go burn up in a fire. Alright then. Wicca origin. No. Oh, that's it. That's the one. That's what I was looking for. Yeah. Wicca versus witchcraft. So once again, you can see the Wicca versus witchcraft.
According to Long Beach Current, Wicca is a religion, while witchcraft is a practice. There are many Wiccans who consider themselves to be witches, and there are many witches who do not consider themselves Wiccan, said Kim Wallace, a Wiccan practitioner of about 40 years.
Right. Hence because they put white in front of it. Enough said. Right? White witches focus on benevolent, life-affirming practices. As a matter of fact, because of that, it makes them even more wicked. Right? Because that's what the scriptures say. They become wise in their own eyes. Right? Because why? Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own ways. They don't accept the fact that they're even more wicked. They're just the same as witches, but that makes them even more, as the black witches, because that makes them even more wicked, because they become wise in their own eyes. Enough said, man. Right? So this is the end result, and we have no part in this. 1 Thessalonians 5, as a matter of fact, what the scripture done tell us already. Enough of them are going to get born up in a fire. All of them are going to get born up in a fire. Right? As the Benjamin said. Bonfire upon them. Yeah? 3 says, and when they shall say peace, where's the point here? Ye are the children of light and the children of the day. Ye are not of the night, nor of darkness. Right? Because the scripture done tell us already. Right? Woe unto them that put darkness for light and light for darkness. We are not to be part of that. Right? In any of these left-hand side unholy days. Because the last result of these people is fire. Ephesians chapters 5 and 11 says, have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. Right? Brothers who have their children have to warn their children, right? Not to let's go and do a seance, that's what they call it. Get in the circles and look upon the omens, right? No part of it, man. You understand? When they call you, right, wherever you may be, schools or colleges, right? Let's read another one. Hosea 4 and I think I want it from the top. Let's read from the top. It says, hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel, for the Lord have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, no mercy, no knowledge of Yahweh in the land. It's been abandoned. right? Because the whole earth has been given unto the hand of the wicked. Hence, why these people are becoming more and more demonic. One of my videos. This is reasons why, right? We don't just tell you, give you the origins, give you some of the history. We give you the solution, right? The scriptures give the solution. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out and blood toucheth blood, right? There's one solution for those types of people, right? Which really are just the Antichrist. There's one solution for them. I brought it out once. I'm going to bring it out again. Deuteronomy 18 and 10 says, There shall not be found among any of you that maketh his son or his children, his daughter, to pass through the fire, or that useth divination, or observer of times, an enchanter, or a witch, a charmer, or consider with a counselor with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or nihonsa, right? Nihonsa, seeking demons, seeking omens, right? Nihonsa. Yeah, for all that do these things are an abomination to the Lord, and because of these abominations of the Lord thy God, to drive them out from before thee. Drive them out from before thee. That time is coming. Right? And what's going to happen and what used to happen? They used to get driven out, stoned, and the law says you got to burn them. Right? According to the scriptures, you got to burn them with fire. So, that's why we have no part in these high holy days, left-hand side holy days. So, end results, the solution was there, right? This is what you call problem, reaction, and solution from the Most High. The solution for these people is bonfire upon them. Until the next one.